Hi everybody, it is time for something different. I'm going to do something out of the box and not in my daily patterns. I'm working with a group of YouTube artists who are doing a collaboration, and the information will be in the link below, but it's going to be the hashtag for this collaboration is hashtag Love Winter Art. And so we're all doing some sort of whatever we do in a winter theme. I will be doing an upcoming Christmas card swap with folks from my Facebook group. So I thought I would work on a Christmas card. I decided to do it with my Strathmore black tiles. These tiles are they come 6 by 6, which is bigger than my greeting card. My greeting card is, pre-made. I picked them up at a package of them at Hobby Lobby, and I believe they're 5 by 7. So they wouldn't fit. So what I did was I just trimmed down my 6 by 6 card to, I think they ended up 4.5 by 4.5, so it would fit on this 5-inch card. And when I'm all finished, I will adhere it to the front of the card, probably with maybe pop dots or repositionable tape or something, so that they could remove it if they want to just keep the tile and not the whole card, whoever gets it. So I'm going to work on this. And since it's on the black tile, clearly I need my white pen, which has of course eluded me. I'm going to do a pattern called Frost Flower, but since it's not in on patterncollections.com, I don't know if I have permission to show the step outs, so I'm just going to draw it. If you want to look it up, it's over at tanglepatterns.com instead of patterncollections.com. It's at tanglepatterns.com, and then it's called Frost Flower by Carrie Heun, Karryheun. That's the name of the person who came up with this pattern. Pardon me, I had to stop and take a drink. So it's a pretty simple pattern. You guys can figure it out as I'm drawing here. So I'm just going to make sure that my Uniball pen is flowing and get started. Super simple. First off, you draw yourself a 6 or an 8 sided star-like shape, snowflake shape, thusly. And then you pick one side, and then you will, I'm going to start on this one. You just draw parallel lines within this triangular shape, and you can make them as close or as far apart as you want. You can stop and make a sparkle, which I think looks really good. And just draw it and fill in that sort of triangular shape. And I like it when the ends are different lengths. Something like that, okay? Then you need to turn your tile. and you need to do it again. Just make sure you're always turning your tile to get that look. Then you just draw these little lines. If you want to make the sparkle, remember you just pick up your pen and then continue on. I like having a bit of sparkle in there. Gives it the illusion of it being frosty and sort of a broken snowflake. I got a little carried away here. That really should have been a little more triangular rather than rectangular. But that's okay, because everything's cool in the world of Zentangle. So just I wasn't really paying attention that I'd gone a little out of the box here. Should have been getting smaller as I went that direction. This one. And you're just gonna do it like this. Okay? It's as simple as that. Then, what you're going to do is you're just going to overlap them. And I probably should have drawn my other ones first, but that's okay. So then you can do more of them. You can do them either 6 or 8-sided, whatever is more comfortable for you. And you can overlap them and have a whole mess of frosty bits here. This one's just going to be 6. And maybe over here. Got to fill in this spot, kind of. A little zoomed out, because I zoomed out for that to show you how big that page was. You scoot in here just a tad. A little bit more challenging with the bigger tile for me because I don't have as much room to spin and work, but And it's just the same thing. I'm going to start, actually, I think I'm going to start on this one. So you can see how it just fills in and overlaps. Oops, that was a little wide. If you go a little wide, it's okay. You can just stick another one in there. Just like that. Oops, did it again. It's a really cool look. As long as you're consistent with always doing, I like to go from the center out and left to right, just because that's the easiest way for me to draw. You know, you draw however is easier for you to draw. Make your lines as consistent as you can. Make them deliberate. Deliberately random? Is there such a thing as deliberately random? There is. But make sure you're drawing a mindful line. That you're doing an on purpose line. It might be random in its length or its shape, but it's on purpose. Now these ones are going to go behind because it's already got that one in front. Like that. So it overlaps. And then once again, we're going to do this one. You'll notice that I'm always turning my tile. Make sure you turn your tile for various reasons. Mostly so that it is most comfortable for you to draw. You always want your tile going in the spot that is easiest for you to draw. So if it's easiest for you to draw left to right or top to bottom, whatever is the simplest for you, that's the direction you need to turn your tile. And remember, the only thing for that sparkle is to just pick up your pen and to leave a little space. When I'm finished, I'm going to go around with probably my blue metallic. That would be very Christmas frosty. Winter. Not necessarily Christmas, but this is going to be a Christmas card. But definitely winter. Now I must say, where I live, I don't get frost hardly ever. So it's not something I'm familiar with. But, you know, I'm not caring much for this because I got a little carried away right there and it's too square. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a couple of these to make them a little less squared off. And give me a more frosty look to that, and maybe I'll continue that here, and I'll make this one go out further like that. That's better. That integrates this one with this one a little more, and it just makes it not quite so squared off. I didn't care much for that squared off look. Okay, so now this one's going to have more arms to it. But it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. Remember, we want deliberately random. This one I might bring all the way up to that one, just so I can get some overlap. I like the look of overlap, but it makes it more interesting compositional wise. Kind of hard to do with the black and the white. It's easier when you have the ability to use the pencil to shade to really get that overlap look. Something like that. Sorry, went a little off camera. And then we're going to do this one. For those of you who may have never seen my channel and have hopped over here because of the hashtag, I do tend to go quiet. I'm sorry, but I do. And none of my videos are in fast forward, which may be different than what you're used to looking at on YouTube. But I do that on purpose because most of what I do is teaching how to do a particular pattern, and you really can't teach it in fast forward. You can demonstrate how it's done maybe in fast forward. You know, I've seen a lot of fast forwarded Zentangle videos, but you really can't teach it without showing exactly what you're doing in real time. So that's what I do. But I really like this sort of black and white frosty look. I may end up, I'm still not uber happy with this corner over here, but I may end up putting a sentiment on my card, cutting it out and sticking it on the top. So that doesn't bother me too terribly much. I want to get out my shiny pencils that work the best. I'm going to use the blue. And I'm going to go ahead and use that kind of like I would do with my graphite with the shading. Right here. Give it a pop of sparkle and a little bit of dimension and depth. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to do that with white. Now that I look at it on the camera, you can't really see it. I'm gonna need to do that with white. Well, we'll just go back over it with the white. Oh yeah, that's better. Maybe a little bit of blending to get out my blending stump. And this will just give it that little pop, frostiness that it needs. I like the blue, but it needs the white, I think. Maybe I'll put both. Yeah, it needs both. The spots that are just white isn't enough for me. I think it needs both colors. It needs the white and the blue. Well, we'll do both. That's better. Okay. We're just gonna get both of them in there. Yeah, that's better. And then let's see, do I have a clean blending stump that I can use? Yes, I do. The blending stump you might not notice on the camera because of just because it's on the black and the tile. But the blending stump really does make a difference on just getting that softer look that I'm looking for. I don't want that hard edge, that colored edge. I want it soft and blended. I am so looking forward to winter here because we have still had summertime temperatures. I can't believe it's mid-November and we're in the 80s and 90s here. It's just hot. I'm ready for winter. I really am. Supposedly, we're gonna get a little bit of rain in a couple of days, but not till the end of the week. But even lately when we've had rain, the little that we've had, it hasn't been a cool rain. It's been a pretty warm rain. So Yeah, I'm ready for winter. We very, very rarely would we get frost where I live. But we do get at least cool enough where we can break out the sweaters. I mean, how in the world are you supposed to wear your cute sweaters if it never gets below 70? You can't. I'm still in t-shirts and shorts most of the time when I'm at home. You cannot dig out your winter clothes. Or what we call winter clothes. Most people would call them fall clothes, but that's as wintry as we get around here. See how that just makes them sparkle? That's just fun. Yeah, you definitely need that. That's boring. That's got to pop. So you gotta get those pops in there. A little bit more challenging to keep on screen with the bigger tile. Not that I don't have challenges keeping on screen anyway, but yeah, the bigger tile makes it a bigger challenge. Just a bit of blending. Gotta blend. If you've watched any of my other black and white work, shading and blending is extraordinarily important. It's what gives your drawing life. Nothing worse than a dead drawing. Gotta have some life in there. Yeah. And this bit here, I'm definitely probably going to cut out something and put it right across there, since that ended up a little bit not in my plan. But you know, there's always those times when things don't go as planned and you just got to work around them. If you have done any sort of art, you know that for a fact. You just got to work around your unplanned things. Okay. Alright, so far so good. I think I want a little more frostiness around the edges. Don't know if I want... Don't know. I played with colors here on this page to see what worked and what didn't. I think I'm going to put a little bit of this blue still around the edges of these guys to really give them that cool frostiness. Yeah, that's what it needed. Just some of that. Don't know what that is, but that's what it needs. Okay, I like that. I need to blend it a little bit though. I'm not sure if you can tell a difference on the camera. Oh yeah, you can. It needs to be more like cold background rather than me scribbling with a pencil. So it needs to be blended. Amazing how when you look up into the camera you can really see where it needs something. I think it needs a little bit right there. And then what? I think it needs a little bit where I put the sparkle. That black is too black. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in there and just give it that blue frosty bit. Just in those spots where I'd put the sparkle. Give it a little bit of that frostiness. Just to tone it down just a little bit. It just seems too stark to me. Did I do one there? I don't think I did. I think I missed that one. Alright, so now let's see. Look up at the camera, turn it around a bit. Okay, I like that. So far so good. Needs a sentiment. It's going to end up with a sentiment on there. I guess I'm gonna have to do some editing with this one. I usually do one take, go straight through, top to bottom, but I'm gonna have to think about how I want to do whatever I want to do on the front here, because yeah, but that'll look nice on here. Let me zoom back out again. It's going to be mounted to the card, and well, you know, now that it's on the card, that bit doesn't bother me. That's strange. Well, no, not who's strange. It has something to do with the balance of white, and now that it's on the white card, that isn't overwhelming as much anymore to me. I'll have to think about it and decide if I want to put a sentiment on there, across there or not. It's definitely something I have to think about. So I'm not going to sign it yet because I'm not sure which corner is going to be up. And I will see you guys when I have thought about this a moment. It's going to be a two-parter here. I will put it all together in one video, obviously, but I'm going to have to edit. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, so what I ended up doing, I didn't finish it yesterday, I had to wait till today to finish it. I just cut out, I wrote Merry Christmas in black and white on just some scrap pieces of tile where I trim my tile. And I just kind of fussy cut them out and glued them down onto my card. So there it is, there's my swap, my card, and I think it came out pretty good. I like it. And there it is. That is my swap and my project for Love Winter Art. You guys have a really blessed day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.